Gina said that she is ready to be married again.
To who?
I have no idea, but don't worry. I know the brother she could be married to, Mr. Salon.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
actually exists, huh?
yeah, it's a brother who can't talk back, who have no expectation.
And who probably don't even exist. Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 16, episode number 20.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please send your comments regarding Gina and her foolishness, and Clint too. He got some ish rolling around in this as well. They're separating for the night. She's happy that they're gonna be apart so she can process stuff.
That's the TV line.
Yeah, but I beg to differ. You can only process stuff when you have material to work with, and there's nothing there for Gina. She hasn't done anything, so there really is nothing to process.
Which is one reason why I'm baffled and stunned that Clint would say 95% of the time he spent with Gina was good.
Yeah, that's if Gina was a cousin and them,
Not wife.
not wife material. And there's nothing like a woman telling a man that, hey, I'm not checking for you, because that's initially what she did in Jamaica on their honeymoon. She said she's not feeling redheads. As you well know, Clint can't go in one door and come out a different human. She's telling him she doesn't like the core of who he is, and nothing can get some shrinkage than a woman telling a man that the way he looks is off-putting.
I don't think that she really thought out, I guess the true weight of her words and what she had to say regarding her husband at that moment. Do you?
Yeah, no, she didn't.
She really even cared
No,
about
she
that,
did not.
and that she was going to get out there on the table that sentiment that she didn't like him from the very beginning, and that was going to be part of the narrative going forward. That this was going to be in the back of his mind how his wife really felt about him.
Right, because psychologically, any man out there is going to tell you, no, 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 I'm not checking for this ish at all. And I'm not feeling her, because you're going to immediately have a wall up.
Then why pretend when already he's got a strike against him that he doesn't even know about?
What Clint revealed about himself was an attractive package. He had a little more to offer. She did not give him a chance after he told her that he wasn't checking for girls who were not athletic.
I don't think she really and truly valued, what he brought to the table. She kind of looked down her nose at that.
Yes, yes.
It's something to me that's reflective of Gina and her issues.
If I had said that I don't like how you look, I don't like your bald head or what have you, would you be checking for me? You're not going to be checking for me in a romantic way. That's going to be out.
It
That's
would.
going to be a non starter.
It would. It is because right up front, you've made it clear that physically I have something that I can't change that's not appealing to you.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's just keep it moving.
Right, exactly.
And came through in a really nice suit. The color looked good on him.
What was it? A light blue, sky blue,
Light
powder
blue,
blue, something?
powder blue. It looked good.
It worked for
It
what he
worked for
was
what
from
he
my
was
vantage point.
dealing with.
As it relates to the men's haberdashery end of it. Yeah, I was like, yeah, go ahead, boy.
I wasn't a fan of Gina's dress. It looked odd. It was ill fitting, but it is what it is. The one thing the pastor and
Dr.
Dr.
Pepper.
Schwartz
Yeah.
said was that they were surprised this was their biggest fail, and that they were surprised that they didn't work out, because on paper it seemed like they would have got it together. Doctor did say that the initial upset on the honeymoon was the catalyst for them not being able to get it together.
My opinion, it was Gina's kind of thing to harbor because I think Clint tried to do his best to move beyond that and try to make a genuine and sincere effort to be, what he understood to be in the way of a husband. And while he may have his issues, I think he legitimately tried.
In the end, Clint went first. He enjoyed the time, but
And he said
he's
he would
not.
do it all again too. He said he would do it all over again with Gina.
That's part of Clint's ish.
Yeah, because he's
I
covering, he's still covering,
Of
and he
course,
doesn't need to.
she said they didn't get together. She wanted divorce as well, and then she had the cojones to say that she was more intentional and that she believed that he did not initiate a whole lot with their marriage in their time together to get to a romantic place.
Was she not only listening to herself, but doing what came across on camera in terms of her actions and how she showed up in this marriage?
How she showed up on the show and how she showed up on the after party. It was deceitful stuff that she was rolling with.
It's like no connection, is it? No
None,
connection between
none, no
what she actually gave
accountability,
out. Yeah, now
no
that's
accountability
another issue.
whatsoever.
It didn't seem like she
None,
took any of
zero, zilch.
it didn't seem like she took any of that as it relates to, her role in this. All the proverbial finger pointing went in Clint's direction, didn't it?
Of course,
Away from her.
of course, because Clint was off-putting, remember? Anyway, Clint clapped back. He said, "Well, I couldn't really initiate anything because everything that he tried, she thought that it was forced. If someone thinks everything you try, let's do this, let's do that, it's a non-starter, ain't nothing gonna be happening."
I'm trying to figure out what she would have done had the roles been reversed about trying to get through to him, to
I
her.
think she would have reacted just like when her friend, aka her employee, left.
Hmm.
She would have behaved like she was having that meltdown. I think that's how she would have behaved. But initially, I think they ran into problems at the honeymoon. Someone should have sat down with them because neither of them forgave each other for what was said.
Did not Clint come on the after party one show and kind of acknowledge and or admit that, had he, had that scenario to do all over again, he would have done something
You're
different.
right. He did say that on
And
the
so he
after
kind of,
show.
so that means that, at least in my mind, he took some level of accountability for, not only what he said, but more importantly, the way he said it.
Yeah, and
And
you're right. I do remember him even when he apologized to her.
right,
When they had
he
dinner,
did so like four times,
he
didn't he?
apologized multiple
Right.
times. So I
So, but where was any of her, apologies and or accountability for her role in that same issue or uh, disagreement, dust up, whatever you choose to call it. Where was hers in that?
It was zero because she has a spirit of entitlement and she thinks that her shit does stink. Just want to be plain, and that's where it is. I'm happy that they're able to separate and do something else, but I gotta check Gina simply because she's not ready to be married again unless and until she has a hard conversation with herself to acknowledge the ish, because in marriage you have to have those hard conversations with self, and you can't just think that you're gonna run through a marriage high on the horse, not trying to do anything, not trying to activate stuff, and not trying to learn and tweak the issues you may have. And Gina got some issues going on with her.
I agree with that, and I also think that from my end, I'm going to again refer back to something Devon Franklin told Eris, and that was this: do you feel like you put in the same kind of work into your marriage that you have into your business?
And that will be no.
It's clear that she didn't, from my vantage point, and it's also clear that when she said, as we alluded to at the top, that she learned that she was ready to be married, was, I'm sorry, just disingenuous.
Some people may think her whole attitude is off putting, just like she thought that. should believe rather that Clint, how he behaves, how he's charismatic, how he rolls is off-putting. So,
Clint can come off as maybe a little weird or a little, a little different sometimes. But the one thing I did get from Clint, with the exception of this notion of covering for Gina, was authenticity.
and that's all we have. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you in the next bit. Bye bye.
Later.